Okay. Good evening, everyone. Okay, so today I'm going to read the part one of my favorite book. I already read this 2 years ago and I want to read it again. So I want to share it with you. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus, and this is from the author of this one is John Gray. This is a very, very nice book. And let me read the introduction to the paperback edition. Okay. So in this book, it this book has truly helped millions of readers, myself included. It will probably assist you as well. Okay, so I will just read the main content of the introduction. This is all about the gender insight helps us to be more tolerant and give and forgiving when someone doesn't respond the way we think he or she should. Okay, because men and women are different when it comes to thinking. With new insight, you have the added wisdom and power to change your approach rather than seeking to change your partner. Um, uh, Trying to change your partner is the most worst decision or actions that you will ever do in your life. But instead of changing them, why not change your approach rather changing the person? If you are seeking to use these insights to respect each other's or to respect others in the ways that are important to them, this book can work for you. Okay, so if you are not aware of the difference between men and women, this book is very, very helpful. Okay. The same ideas that enrich a healthy relationship will also assist couples in overcoming more challenging problems. So, a good relationship is it should be a give and take relationship if you want to have a longer relationship with your partner. So it's very challenging to have, especially right now, because there are so many, disturbances in our life, like many people cheat. Some people they cheat because of internet. They met people around the globe, even you are just sitting in front of your computer. So we have access to everything now, so that's why many people they are some people they are not intentionally to cheat their partner, but because of this technologies, um, it happens. Okay, so let me okay, what is this? Let me try to read the other insights. Okay, we are all conditioned to a great degree by small but consistent experience. Some misunderstandings between the couple or in a relationship is when there's a problem, when the problem occurs, you blame your partner or you blame each other rather than um, um, blame the approach, or rather than change the approach how you deal with the problem. Gender differences show up the most I will repeat. Gender differences show up the most after getting involved in an intimate relationship, having children together, or when we are under a lot of stress. So there are many instances that uh, the intimate relationship crashed, sometimes because of the situation, because of the stress from work, from peers, and then from children, everything. Okay, so men often complain she is overreacting, and women complain he doesn't listen. Okay, so as women, most women we talk a lot. So men think that we are nagger, but for us women, when we talk, we just want to uh, release our our disappointment to something, not to you, but we want to share our feelings. But for men, they think we nag a lot and we complain a lot. And for men, they just like keep quiet. So but for us women, when we see our partner that they are quiet, we think that you guys are not listening to us. So that's the difference. Okay. When we correctly interpret a situation, it is never as bad as we thought. Okay, that's why communication is very important in a relationship. If you want to have a long lasting relationship, you should communicate with your partner. Okay, so let me read the introduction. A week after our daughter Lauren was born, my wife Bonnie and I were completely exhausted. Each night, Lauren kept waking us. Bonnie had been torn in the delivery and was taking painkillers. She could barely walk. After 5 days of staying home to help, I went back to work. She seemed to be getting better. Okay, so when you give birth, like for women, it's really painful, especially when you are under cesarean, um, C-section. Uh, it's hard for us to walk because of the operation, and it takes like 2 weeks for us to walk, and it takes a lot of time for us to carry heavy things. Okay, so when I was away, she ran out of pain pills. Instead of calling me at the office, she asked one of my brothers who was visiting to purchase more. My brother, however, did not return with the pills. Consequently, she spent the whole day in pain taking care of a newborn. Oh, poor wife. I had no idea that her day had been so awful. When I returned home, she was very upset. I misinterpreted the cause of her distress and thought she was blaming me. She said, I've been in pain all day. I ran out of pills. I've been stranded in bed and nobody cares. I said defensively, why didn't you call me? She said, I asked your brother, but he forgot. I've been waiting for him to return all day. What am I supposed to do? I can barely walk. I feel so deserted. At this point, I exploded. My fuse was also very short that day. I was angry that she hadn't called me. I was furious. She was blaming me when I didn't even know she was in pain. After exchanging a few harsh words, I headed for the door. I was tired, irritable, and had heard enough. We had both reached our limits. Okay. I just want to give you an insight. When your wife, after your wife give birth, there is a uh, what do you call that one? That syndrome, like after you give birth, they are we women, we are very sensitive after we give birth. Um, and some people, some women, if they can't overcome it, they will become crazy. It's a medical There's a medical explanation about that. And for men, some men, they don't know that one. So if you don't know about it one, you should check or search for it. And the reason of that one is because the changes happen in our body, not only in our body, but also like we some women, they are not prepared, like how to handle, especially if it's a firstborn child, how to be a good parent. So there are so many reasons why we are stressed out after giving birth. Um, we think that our figure destroyed, and we feel very sensitive because like we think that nobody cares. We've been a lot of pain, but no one knows about it, especially when you did the C-section. Um, So what I highly suggest for that one, if your partner or if your wife is having that kind of issue, try to give more care and more love. And when I had that one before, my doctor advised me just to keep myself busy, hang out with friends, go out, go shopping. If you don't want to go shopping, just go window shopping. Don't just like stay at home alone. So in this scenario, the wife is just sitting alone and taking care of the newborn baby. In Asia, our parents help us to take care of the baby when we give birth. But in Western countries, I think no. When I was in China with my son, I'm the only one who take good care of my son, and I had a lot of stress because the house is very big. It's like 187 square meter with three bedrooms, two balconies, and every day is dusty. And then I have to prepare food of different three different kind of food, baby food, my food, and my ex food. So and then I have to clean, and then like if you have a baby, it's difficult to do everything straight right away, because like the baby will cry, the baby wants to sleep. You will only do the thing when the baby is sleeping. However, the baby is awake in the evening, so you should as a mother, you are also awake in the evening. So when the baby is sleeping in the during the day, you should also have a nap during the day. But however, there are many household chores that you have to do, so that's why. Hello, Texpat Robert Rice. I after this streaming, I will upload my video, and I shout out you there. I mentioned you there. So, by the way, guys, you are on YouTube. Please subscribe Texpat Robert Rice. He's a good friend of mine here in YouTube. He is an American guy living in Tugigarao. Okay, so I'm just doing this book. Okay, and so let's continue. Okay, um, okay. Then something started to happen that would change my life. Bonnie said, "Stop, please don't leave. This is when I need you the most. I'm in pain. I haven't slept in days. Please listen to me." I stopped for a moment to listen. She said, "John Gray, you're a fair weather friend as long as I'm sweet. Loving Bonnie, you are here for me. But as soon as I'm not, you walk right out that door." Then she paused, and her eyes filled up with tears as her tone shifted. She said, "Right now, I'm in pain. I have nothing to give. This is when I need you the most. Please come over here and hold me. You don't have to say anything. I just need to feel your arms around me. Please don't go." I walked over and silently held her. She wept in my arms. After a few minutes, she thanked me for not leaving. She told me that she just needed to feel me holding her. At that moment, I started to realize the real meaning of love: unconditional love. I had always thought of myself as a loving person, but she was right. I had been a fair weather friend as long as she was happy and nice. I laughed back, but if she was unhappy or upset, I would feel blamed and then argue or distance myself. Oh, that's men do. That day, for the first time, I didn't leave her. I stayed and it felt great. I succeeded in giving to her when she really needed me. This felt like real love. Caring for another person, trusting in our love, being there at her hour of need. I marveled at how easy it was for me to support her when I was shown the way. Okay. Wow, you impressed me. You can speak Tagalog. Salamat po. Salamat is a Tagalog word of thank you. You're welcome. Walang anuman. Okay. How had I missed this? She just needed me to go over and hold her. Another woman would have instinctively known that Bonnie needed, but as a man, I didn't know that touching, holding, and listening were so important to her. By recognizing these differences, I began to learn a new way of relating to my wife. I would have never believed we could resolve conflict so easily. Women, we love to talk. That's why when we see our friends, we always talk, 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 because we just want to be heard. We don't nag, actually. We just want to release our emotions. We just want somebody to listen to us. So if your wife is like that, you just need to listen and hear her. In my previous relationships, I had become indifferent and unloving at difficult times, simply because I didn't know what else to do. As a result, my first marriage had been very painful research to help develop and refine the insights about men and women in this book. By learning in very practical and specific terms about how men and women are different, I suddenly began to realize that my marriage did not need to be such a struggle. With this awareness of our differences, Bonnie and I were able to improve dramatically our communication and enjoy each other more. Um, yeah, communication is really important. uh, I I had a client in my full time job, and she's an old woman, a very very funny woman. When I spoke to her, she is she told me like she is 80 years old and happily married. And when we were talking, she I put her on hold, but of course I can still hear her while she's on hold on the phone. She's talking to her husband because I'm giving her some uh, promotion package for our product. And she's talking to her husband what I told her, everything that I told her. So she's really really funny old woman. And then when I came back, so she accepted what I offered to her. And when I about to click the payment, uh, she make a joke that said, "Oh, what if I will not accept it?" And then I said, "I already click it." And then she said, "No, I'm just making a jokes." And then she even told me that like I'm young and energetic and she's old. So I just tell her like, age is just a number. And what I like about her is even she's talking to me, she's also talking to to her husband. And what is our conversation? She will like echo it to her husband. So like maybe that's the reason why she's been in a great relationship. Even she's at the age of 80, she's been together with her husband. Many couples nowadays, sometimes they divorce when they are old. Okay, but in my vlog, many of the people that message me, they are young or in their mid 30s 40s like that, and they are like doing the annulment. But this old couple that I met, I am really impressed, and hats off to to this old woman, that I think the husband is already paralyzed because of the age, but you can hear her in her voice that even the husband is like that. She even take good care of the husband because she asked me to change the the file under her name because she said she will take good care of everything instead of her husband. And she did not tell me why, but like of course I don't want to ask anything more. So what remember is because of this one. So in this book, the husband the husband, if the wife say something, if the wife release the emotion, the husband will go away. So in a relationship, communication is really important, very very important. Okay, so let me continue. Okay, by continuing to recognize and explore our differences, we have discovered new ways to improve all our relationships. We have learned about relationships in ways that our parents never knew and therefore could not have taught us. As I began sharing these insights with my counseling clients, their relationships were also enriched. Literally, thousands of those who attended my weekend seminar saw their relationships dramatically transform overnight. 7 years later, individuals and couples still report successful benefits. I received pictures of happy couples and their children with letters thanking me for saving their marriage. Wow. Although their love saved their marriage, they would have divorced if they hadn't gained a deeper understanding of the opposite sex. That's true. If you don't know, if you are not aware of the um, attitude and characteristic of your opposite sex, then you will clash. Susan and Jim had been married 9 years. Like most couples, they started out loving each other, but after years of increasing frustrations and disappointment, they lost their passion and decided to give up. Before getting a divorce, however, they attended my weekend relationship seminar. Susan said, "We have tried everything to make this relationship work. We are just too different." I think in Western country, uh, marriage counseling is common, but in Asia, especially here in the Philippines, it's not common. That's why many couples here are, many families are broken. Like there are, I think, I don't know how many percent, but there are many broken families in the Philippines. It's because of, aside from the communication, it's because long distance relationship. Like the partner are outside the Philippines, working hard to earn money to for the family. So it's either the wife or the husband cheat during the long distance relationship. And we don't have, marriage counseling is not common here in the Philippines. And maybe that's the reason. But if it's common, so maybe there are many families, or there, yeah, couple will save the relationship. Okay. And being in a broken family will affect, like, the kids, the attitude of the kids. That's good book. I need I read many years ago. Yes, this is a good book. Actually, I read this one. I borrowed a book. I borrowed this book in with from my Russian friend, and then when she went back to Russia, I returned it to her. And then before I went back to the Philippines, I'm trying to find this book in China, and my Chinese colleague gave me this one as a present, and because she said, we never know when are we going to meet again, and she knows that I really love this book because during my break time in my class, I always read the book. So even I was in the bus, I also read this book. Actually, I already finished this one, but I just want to read it again. I love this book, I really do. Okay. Okay, next is they fell in love again. Their relationship miraculously changed, no longer heading toward a divorce. They looked forward to sharing the rest of their lives together. Jim said, "This information about our differences has given me back my wife. This is the greatest gift I could ever receive. We are loving each other again." 6 years later, when they invited me to visit their home and family, they were still loving each other. They were still thanking me for helping them to understand each other and stay married. Okay. Although Almost everyone would agree that men and women are different. How different is still undefined for most people. Many books in the last 10 years have forged ahead, attempting to define these differences. Though important advances have been made, many books are one sided and unfortunately reinforce mistrust and resentment toward the opposite sex. One sex is generally viewed as being victimized by the other. A definitive guide was needed for understanding how healthy men and women are different. To improve relationships between the sexes, it is necessary to create an understanding of our differences that raises self esteem and personal dignity while inspiring mutual trust. Personal responsibility, increased cooperation, and greater love. As a result of questioning more than 25,000 participants in my relationship seminars, I have been able to define in positive terms how men and women are different. As you explore these differences, you will feel walls of resentment and mistrust melting down. Opening the heart results in greater forgiveness and increased motivation to give and receive love and support. With this new awareness, you will, I hope, go beyond suggestions in this book and continue to develop ways in which you can relate lovingly to the opposite sex. There's a part here that I read and I cried. The book is really really nice. All of the principles in this book have been tested and tried. At least 90% of the more than 25,000 individuals questioned have enthusiastically recognized themselves in these descriptions. If you find yourself nodding your head while reading this book, saying yes, yes, this is me you're talking about, then you are definitely not alone. And just as others have benefited from applying the insights in this book, you can as well. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Reveals new strategies for reducing tension in relationships and creating more love by first recognizing in great detail how men and women are different. It then offers practical suggestions about how to reduce frustrations and disappointment and to create increasing happiness and intimacy. Relationships do not have to be such a struggle. Only when we do not understand one another in is there tension, resentment, or conflict. So many people are frustrated in their relationships. They love their partners, but when there is tension, they do not know what to do to make things better. Okay. Some men, when their wife is stressed and mad, not because of them, not because of him, but because of the situation, they just like walk away. And then the wife will get more angry. You know why? Because like when we are in stress, we want somebody to talk to. But for men, they love to run away. That's why women become more irate. So many people are frustrated in their relationships. They love their partners, but when there is a tension, they do not know what to do to make things better. So men, when their wife were mad and stressed and keep on nagging, they think we're nagging, but we're just releasing our stress, and the men don't know what to do, so they just like run away. Okay, because they don't know what to do. But actually, the only thing you can do is just listen, hear them, feel them. Okay, though through understanding how completely different men and women are, you will learn new ways for successfully relating with, listening to, and supporting the opposite sex. Let me just finish the introduction and then We're done. You will learn how to create the love you deserve as you read this book. You may wonder how anybody succeeds in having a successful relationship without it. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus is a manual for loving relationships. It reveals how men and women differ in all areas of their lives. Not only do men and women communicate differently, but they think, feel, perceive, react, respond, love, need, and appreciate differently. Okay? They almost seem to be from different planets, speaking different languages, and needing different nourishment. This expanded understanding of our differences helps resolve much of the frustration in dealing with and trying to understand the opposite sex. Misunderstandings can then be quickly dissipated or avoided. Incorrect expectations are easily corrected. When you remember that your partner is a different from you as someone from another planet, you can relax and cooperate with the differences instead of resisting or trying to change them. So, if the couple is in the same country, same nationality, they still clash, even they have the same language. So what more are those mixed marriage, um like the couples are from different countries. So they have more they need to more to work harder than the couple that is in um the same country or the same nationality, because aside from men and women are different, they also, the mixed marriage also have different culture. um that's why we need to understand each other. And if you are in a mixed marriage, of course, the number one factor that you have to consider is the communication, because we Asian, uh, yeah, we know how to speak English, but sometimes it's hard for us to express the real thought that we want to say. We know how to say in English, and most of the time we do express our thought, but sometimes there are times that like it's hard for us to express it because we are not a native speaker. Okay, and the culture is different. I'll give you one example. um, my friend who is a mixed marriage with American guy, they got fight because in our country, when we celebrate the birthday celebrant is the one uh, who will treat the friends, like dine in out, or if you don't want, you can just like cook the food, invite your friends, and have a birthday party. In the US is different, according to my friend. If it's your birthday, your friend will going to treat you. That's why I remember when I was in China, it was my birthday. I went to the bar with my colleagues and sister. I treat them in the bar because that's my birthday, and it's our tradition here. It's like common that like if it's your birthday, invite your friends, hang out, go out, and it's all your treat. Like you pay everything. But I met my old friend in that bar, and then I invited him to come over to our table. We have a tower of beer, and I asked him to like just get the beer there because it's my birthday, it's my treat. And then he said like, no, I already ordered a beer for you and for me, because in our country, we treat our friend if it's their birthday. Okay, so that's the difference. So and then my friend who married with a American guy, they got the fight with that one because of course the guy did not understand the culture, and the guy think that the wife spent his money just to treat the other people, the friends. But actually that's the tradition here in the Philippines. When it's your birthday, you have to pay or you have to treat your friends. You have to invite your friends to celebrate birthday with you. Okay, so let's continue. Where am I? Most important, throughout this book, you will learn practical techniques for solving the problems that arise from our differences. This book is not just a theoretical analysis of psychological differences, but also a practical manual for how to succeed in creating loving relationships. The truth of these principles is self evident and can be validated by your own experience as well as by common sense. Many examples will simply and concisely express what you have always intuitively known. This validation will assist you in being you and in not losing yourself in your relationships. In response to these insights, men often say, "This is exactly how I am." Have you been following me around? I no longer feel like something is wrong with me. Women often say, "Finally, my husband listens to me." I don't have to fight to be validated. When you explain our differences, my husband Hello, OFW Spain channel. Okay, shout out to OFW Spain channel. She's my neighbor in Mindoro. So please subscribe her channel. And so you will see many places in Spain. She's in Spain right now, living in Spain and working in Spain. Okay, so where am I now? These are but a few of the thousands of inspirational comments that people have shared after learning that men are from Mars and women are from Venus. The results of this new program for understanding the opposite sex are not only dramatic and immediate. Okay, I'll show it. Okay, so Texpat Robert Rice, you can subscribe to OFW Spain channel, and she will also sub you back. Um, Shout out to OFW Spain channel. She recently got her 1,000 subscribers. So congratulations to you. Okay, now she is working for her watch hours, and her channel will be monetized soon. Okay, so the result of this new program for understanding the opposite sex are not only dramatic and immediate, but also long lasting. You're welcome. Okay, certainly the journey of creating a loving relationship. Okay, so Texpat Roberts Rice is saying congratulations to you, OFW Spain channel. You can subscribe to each other and help one another. Okay, so certainly the journey of creating a loving relationship can be rocky at times. Okay, problems are inevitable, but these problems either can be sources of resentment and rejection or can be opportunities for deepening intimacy and increasing loving, caring, and trust. The insights of this book are not a quick fix to eliminate all problems. Instead, they provide a new approach whereby your relationships can successfully support you in solving life's problems as they arise. With this new awareness, you will have the tools you need to get the love you deserve and to give your partner the love and support he or she deserves. I make many generalizations about men and women in this book. Probably you will find some comments truer than others. After all, we are unique individuals. Yes, everybody is unique. Um, with unique experiences. Sometimes in my seminar, couples and individuals will share that they relate to the examples of men and women, but in an opposite way. The man relates to my descriptions of women. Okay. And the woman relates to my descriptions of men. I call this role reversal. If you discover you are experiencing role reversal, I want to assure you that everything is all right. I suggest that when you do not relate to something in this book, either ignore it, moving on to something you do relate to, or look deeper inside yourself. Many men have denied some of their masculine attributes in order to become more loving and nurturing. Harang. Okay. Likewise, many women have denied some of their feminine attributes in order to earn a living in a workforce that rewards masculine attributes. If this is the case, then by applying the suggestions, strategies, and techniques in this book, you not only will create more passion in your relationships, but also will increasingly balance your masculine and feminine characteristics. Oh, okay. It's fine. Okay, in this book, I do not directly address the question of why men and women are different. Okay, OFW Spain expat Robert Rice already subscribed to your channel, and she will subscribe you back. That's for sure. Okay. So in this book, I do not directly address the question of why men and women are different. This is a complex question to which there are many answers ranging from biological differences, parental influence, education, and birth order to cultural conditioning by society, the media, and history. Media is very big influence here in the Philippines, and I think that one of the reason why there are many broken families here, because the media planted in our brain to be to have this trust issues. That's why if you can see many Filipinas are very jealous because we have a trust issues. Maybe because we always watch this telenovelas in the on TV, like the man has a mistress like that, and or the man is in another place and then he has a mistress. So and then it has a great impact in our mind. That's why it's good that I'm not like I don't love to watch TV. I love to read books. Okay. Okay. Now let's continue. Mm, these issues are explored in great depth in my book, Men, Women, and Relationship Making Peace with the Opposite Sex. Okay. Although the benefits of applying the insights in this book are immediate, this book does not replace the need for therapy and counseling for troubled relationships or survivors of dysfunctional family. Even healthy individuals may need therapy or counseling at challenging times. I believe strongly in the powerful and gradual transformation that occurs in therapy, marriage counseling, and 12-step recovery groups. Yet, repeatedly, I have heard people say that they have been benefited more from this new understanding of relationships than from years of therapy. I, however, believe that their years of therapy or recovery work provided the groundwork that allowed them to apply these insights so successfully to their life and relationships. Okay. And if our past was dysfunctional, then even after years of therapy or attending recovery groups, we still need a positive picture of healthy relationships. This book provides that vision. On the other hand, even if our past has been very loving and nurturing, times have been changed, and a new approach to relationships between the sexes is still required. It is essential to learn new and healthy ways of relating and communicating. I believe everyone can benefit from the insights in this book. The only negative response I hear from participants in my seminars and in the letters I receive is, I wish someone had told me this before. Yes, I wish I read this 10 years ago. Or like yes, I wish I read this more than 10 years ago, but I just read this 2 years ago. But still, it's not too late. Okay. Um, it is never too late to increase the love in your life. You only need to learn a new way, whether you are in therapy or not. If you want to have more fulfilling relationships with the opposite sex, this book is for you. It is a pleasure to share with you. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. May you always grow in wisdom and in love. May the frequency of divorce decrease and the number of happy marriages increase. That's a wonderful wish. Our children deserve a better world. Yours, John Gray, November 15, 1991, Mill Valley, California. Okay. How I wish I can go to Mill Valley, California and met this guy and say thank you personally for creating this book. Okay. If I have a chance, I'll go there and find him. Okay. So maybe on my next live stream, I will read what's the part one. The part one is men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Okay. This is a this is a wonderful book that I ever read. Okay. You will learn something. Not for You will learn something about your life and about your relationship, about not not about your relationship as a couple, but you can, like, you will also learn how to handle difficulties in your life, how to communicate to other people and to opposite sex, and how to understand them. So in my next live stream, I will continue reading this one and I'll share it with you. I don't know if there is for sure there is available book here in the Philippines, but I don't know if it's expensive because I did not buy this. It's from my Chinese friend. She bought this and give me as a present, but the price is $15.99. Is that let me see. $15.99 in Canadian dollar is $19.99. $15 is like 1,500. Oh, that's expensive. Okay, so that's it for today, and thank you for watching my live stream, and thank you for being with me the whole live stream, and thank you for reading with me. And if you have some insights about this book, just let me know. Comment down below, and once again, don't be happy, be happier. I have a new word for today, saranghe. It's a Korean word saying I love you. Woaini. In Tagalog, mahal kita. In English, I love you. I love you all. Bye. Good night, everyone. Good night, OFW Spain channel and Textpart Robert Rice. Thank you for watching. Bye.